Welcome everyone to Friday's Inspiration TGIF. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kimberly Sherry, the Frequency Alchemist, helping advanced healers and high-level coaches and conscious entrepreneurs step into their next level of their ultimate power. So today we are working on how we can help you get into your bodies all the way. Are you all the way in your body? We also have the pleasure today of, I'm at my daughter's today. I drove all night to be at my daughter's in Southern California. So we have in the background, we have this lovely piano lesson going on. So they're having a bunch of fun in the background. And so that's what's happening today. So great to have all of you here. And I am so looking forward to this as well, because there's so many people I've been hearing. This was what inspired me to do this today, is so many people are really struggling with anxiety, with fears, with just have had enough of all this crap, right? There's so much going on. And so people are having a really hard time, maybe feeling ascension symptoms, or you guys, maybe you can tell me some of the things you guys have been experiencing and how it's been hard, or why it's been hard for you. Maybe some of the symptoms you've been feeling. And so the reason that I wanted to do this as well is I'm going to put this picture back up of this. We chose this picture specifically of this woman meditating. And the reason we chose this is because I know a lot of people are doing various things to try and cope with everything that's going on. Some people will meditate, right? And so, unfortunately, people are not always in their bodies. So I want you to take a peek at this picture again and just tell me if you think this meditating woman is in her body. I think you won't be able to hear me, so I'll just post it for a minute. So I think, she looks grounded, she looks healthy, she's all zen, But when I checked to see how much she's in her body, she was only in her body 15%. 15%. So that's not very much. And so this is a common thing that happens with people when they meditate, is they use it as an opportunity to leave their bodies, because there's so much stuff going on, and they leave their bodies, and that feels great because you get to disconnect from all the stuff going on in here. But they think that that's a good thing, is to get out of your body and not and since it feels good, they think it must be a good thing. Here's the problem with that, is that you're teaching your body to disconnect from itself in order to cope. And that it does not serve you in the long run, because what's happening, or what happens, is then you're not available for all the information that's coming into our bodies, right? Our bodies are like a tuning fork, 24/7, sending and receiving frequencies. And it's these frequencies that inform us by what we think and feel is going on. They inform us about our world. But if we're disconnected from that, then we're not going to really know what's going on. And that's why people will come to me often, and they're surprised when they get their vibrational temperature report, which measures 40 different things without me knowing anything about you, that they'll be surprised that they have 95, 100% anger, because they're not in their bodies to feel it. So there's a lot going on, and I get it, which is why I wanted to do this today. I get how uncomfortable it is to have all these things going on in our energy field, not know what it is, let alone how to cope with it. And so oftentimes when we're not in our bodies, so this is kind of how you can tell, when we're not in our bodies, you might feel like a little spacey. Sometimes you feel like you're just a set of eyes. You're kind of just half there, and you just don't feel present, right? You're not present in your body. You don't feel grounded. but you may be disconnected. You feel disconnected from all the stuff that's going on. So instead of using meditation to escape our bodies as a way of coping. Some of the other ways that people will cope is maybe they'll start drinking a lot of alcohol as a way to kind of numb out all the stuff that's going on, or taking drugs, or smoking a lot of pot, or whatever your thing is on how to. Maybe you're on antidepressants because you're so overwhelmed by all the stuff that's going on. It's intense. I get it. And this, what we're doing here today, is the solution, or is a solution. I mean, drinking alcohol, that can help remedy things, but it's certainly not going to solve anything. So here we are going to be, in the MediClearing we're going to do today, we are going to be releasing the energies that are making you so uncomfortable in your bodies. We're going to be measuring and releasing things like fear and anger and fear entities and control beings. These are the things that the 1% reptilian energies that are controlling everything on the planet, making everything miserable. They use these spiritual entities to influence us, to make us afraid, to instill thoughts and beliefs that keep us unmotivated, maybe defeated. Maybe you even feel like why am I here? Maybe you want to check out. Like, it's just become so overwhelming. And so these entities and these beings, when they're in our energy field, when they're in our heads, giving us all these garbage thoughts, you think it's you, because we've been trained to think that everything we think and feel is us. And I'm here to tell you that 95% of what you think and feel, for most people, unless you've been doing a lot of your own internal work, but if you're here because you've been struggling, that you'll be happy to know that 95% of what you think and feel is not yours. And so just because you think and feel it doesn't mean that that must be you. And so this is where a lot of people are beating themselves up, because they're trying so hard, and yet they're all this garbage, and then it's so overwhelming. And I get it, and I actually feel some of your grief coming up, because it's like, hallelujah, freaking, we finally got an answer. We finally have some hope and some resolution to this. And so if you practice this MediClearing, or what I call running your energy, I'm going to walk you through a process called running your energy. If you practice this on a daily basis, you will conquer this stuff. And sometimes you get to a point where you can only release so much on your own. And so I get that as well, which is why I make myself available to work with people on a one-to-one basis. So that's why I work with high-level healers and conscious coaches and next level entrepreneurs, who are people who are really doing things on the planet that then they can help more people, right? We need more people that have their gifts, that are impacting the world, and they've gone as far as they can, but they just need a little more help in those places where, damn, I've done everything I could possibly think of with the tools I have, and I just keep bumping up against this stuff. So those are the people that I love to help. And I'm stepping even into my next level, which is why I did a whole new photo shoot. I still have my eyelashes on. And so today, though, we are going to be removing all of this stuff that creates so much anxiety. So I want you to tap into how you're feeling right now. And if you're, I want to read some of the comments to see how some of you are struggling. And maybe you guys can relate to some of this stuff. So Roma from London. Catherine, great to have you here. Z, great. Onako, I forget the name that goes with that. Okay, great. You and your boyfriend are watching. Awesome. Yes, share this with your friends. Share this with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. And you could even invite them right now to this live stream so that they could get in live on this MediClearing we're going to do. Hey, Cindy, good to have you here. And Champa. Jessica, learning how to access my soul star, connecting the golden cord to my heart chakra, and then sending it straight down to the crystalline caverns of Gaia. So that you're saying how you help cope with some of this stuff. So I will. Can I tell before I just volunteer? I have to tell you this. I want to tell you how much you're in your body, but give me the approval for that first, and then I'll let you know. Um, and thank you, nicest person ever. Jackie, yes, yesterday, where'd you go? Hang on. Okay, yes, yesterday afternoon and night, I had a high degree of anxiety, a lot of anxiety on the planet. I finally played a meditation that brought me back in my body. I woke up feeling so happy and good. Great. But it was the right kind of meditation, the meditation that brings you in your body. That's the kind of meditation you want. That's what we're going to do today. I'm going to measure overall how much you guys are in your body. We're going to release the things that are keeping you out of your body. And then you can go off and enjoy your weekend. Hey, Luca from Egypt. Great to see you here. Let's see. People feeling tired. You love my eyelashes. Yeah, they're in my new photo shoot. Being tired, that's also a very common symptom. And I'll tell you why. It's because you're trying to manage a lot of this anger that's in your energy field. So the 1% and the reptilian energies, they love using anger and fear to keep people. What they're doing is they're using people to feed themselves. Their diet is fear and worry and anxiety and rage. And so they love it when you're angry. And so they use these entities to keep the pot stirred up so that they don't starve. We need to starve them, right? Okay, a lot of anxiety and physical pain. Yes. So the tired, let me finish with that thought. It takes a tremendous amount of energy to manage all of this anger that you have in your energy field, and it leaves you feeling exhausted. So that is a big reason why you guys are tired. Spacey, yes, I get that too. Yeah. I was opening my neighbor's door today by accident. That is spacey, right? Once I got in the wrong car. I thought it was my car, but as soon as I sat down in the seat, I almost like ejected out. I knew instantly it was not my car. So I've done silly things like that too. I'm so happy to catch you live. Yes, I'm glad to have you here, Lynn. Great. And Catherine, yes. Oh, thank you. All right. So let's go ahead and start measuring a few things. And so let's see. Because a lot of you that are even though you have your tools, you're not in your body all the way. And so so that is why this is why I'm doing this today, is because I see far too many people struggling with this specific thing. And there's a very simple remedy for this, as you're going to see. So I want you to tap into right now how you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling a little spacey, not quite present. Maybe you have pain in your body, that tired feeling. So just kind of do a body emotional review right now, because I want you to review back to this point when we're done. And I want you to notice how different you feel by the time we're done. Spacey is your middle name. Feeling foggy. Yes, that's also because there's so much stuff going on in our heads, and so these entities will put these beliefs that are not ours, that are not in alignment with us, and anything up here in our sixth chakra that's not in alignment is going to create a mental fog. And so that's another good point. So thank you for mentioning that, Andrea. And good to have you here too, sweetie. All right, so let's start measuring a few things. So, okay, so first, fear is at 95%. So a lot of you are afraid about what's going on the planet. We're going in a direction we've never been before. That's a lot of anxiety producing. Plus, we don't know the outcome, right? We don't know how long this is going to go on. Now, I'm getting about not quite 3 years, 2 years and 10 months. Timelines can shift and change. So that's just kind of what I'm getting right now. So this is going to go on for a while. And if you don't know how to cope with this stuff now, I have news is that they're not done, and they're going to keep pulling out new stuff, new ways of making you angry. What now they have gas shortages. They're just going to keep at it. Okay, so fear is at 95%. Anger also at 95%. Let's see how much you're in your bodies. 15%. So this is how you're coping, is you're not fully present. And so then you don't have to feel it, right? That's and certainly not here to make anybody wrong, to try and cope with all of this stuff in that way. Like, you don't have any other options, right? It's either that or drink or be stoned 24/7 or whatever. So let's see. There's also some fear entities. There's 3 of those we're going to release, and 2 control beings. So let's see if there's anything else I want to check before we get started. So those are kind of like the main things that are going to create the most impact on your energy field. One more thing. People courting to you. So if you have a lot of scared people, like if you're the Rock of Gibraltar in someone's life, that's going to attract a lot of people to your grounding cord, because it's like, help, make me feel safe. So the unfortunate thing is that when they're having a bad day, you're going to have their bad day. So we're going to release cording. There's some people corded at the sixth chakra, which will create confusion and more of that foggy thinking. 6. Also at the heart, creating a lot of self-judgments, like you're doing it wrong, or you're not doing it right, or should be doing more. And then down in the root chakra. So that those 3 places we're going to release energies from. So you can either just follow along with this MediClearing with your eyes open or closed. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. I think it's a little more effective if you can close your eyes and kind of drop in and just notice what you notice. Notice what you're feeling in your body as we walk through this. So the first thing I want you to do is to establish a really good, solid grounding cord from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the planet. When I do that, I just got this wave of dizzy because you don't have a grounding cord. So this is a huge reason why people are not in their bodies. There's no place for the energy to go. So let's put down that grounding cord all the way to the center of the earth. And so, feeling things is not comfortable. It can be uncomfortable. But the thing is that once you can learn to just allow things to pass through your body instead of holding on to it, then it comes and it goes. And then you can just let these waves kind of wash over you instead of hanging on and trying to manage it. Okay, great. So now you have a good grounding cord. So now let's send those roots down from our feet as they go deep into the earth, Yeah, see, a lot of you don't have these roots. So you're not connected to the earth. You're just kind of floating. So let's get you connected to the earth, which is the most safest and most secure place to be connected, is to our Mother Earth. Whew, okay, good. So you're starting to release that energy. And so as we're bringing this energy down through the earth, we're going to go all the way to the other side of the planet, and then we're going to wrap around the entire planet. Okay, great. And so from here, you're going to start bringing that abundant, feminine earth energy up through the legs. So up through the ankles. The ankles is where the energy of having fun. So if you haven't been having fun, this might be a reason. Okay, let's bring that up through the legs and the knees, through that upper part of your thigh, down the grounding cord. Okay, great. So now that energy is flowing through your legs and you have this really good grounding. So the third and final, and actually the most important part to getting grounded, is to make sure you don't have a worry circle. So right now your worry circle goes out to the third layer. And so for those of you who want to know all the details about what I'm talking about, I suggest you get my book. It's available on Amazon as a digital or paperback. And I explain the whole infinity system, which is what we're using here. So we're pulling in this worry circle and we're sending all of that worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fear, uncertainty down your grounding. There we go. Great. Yeah, so Jackie, your neighbor is courting to your root, so we'll be releasing those shortly. So now that there's no worry circle, so we just pulled it in and just drop it down the grounding. So now we're going to reach way up high above your crown, above all the rings that are stacked above your head. We're going to start bringing pure source energy down into these creative rings so that your dreams and desires that are held here can start being recalibrated so that they're at your highest and best interests. As we bring pure source down through your creative rings into your crown. So we're going to go out to the third layer. So we're going to pull in the permission circle at your crown. So there's a circle there, just like at the root. This is where you give yourself permission. You don't have to get anybody else's approval. So we're going to just pull all of that energy in. I'm going to just drop it down the grounding through your central core. Okay, great. And then we're going to go back to bringing this pure source down through the crown and the sixth chakra, down into your throat where it's stopping. We're going to go out to the third layer. So this is that energy that we can all feel on the planet, that they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear us complain. They don't want to hear you questioning anything. They want you just to be free-range slaves that just follow along, just go with the program. All the censoring that's happening on social media. Last Friday's inspiration got deleted. I kind of overdid it, I admit. I was on a rant. Okay, so as we're bringing pure source down through the throat into the heart where it's stopping again, let's go out to that third layer. So this is where there's a lot of energy where you're making yourself wrong for struggling and suffering. So it's not your fault. So let's just bring in all these judgments that you should be doing more, you should be working harder, and that's why you're struggling, is you're not working hard enough. So that's a bunch of BS. Okay, so we just drop all the judgments down the grounding. So as we're bringing this energy down through the heart, actually, so there's more energy here. This is a fear entity. So we're going to release that now. We're going to go out to third layer. This is what's causing you to feel judged. It's not your energy. It's this fear entity. And so he puts maybe it's a he, it's a it, puts these thoughts and beliefs in your head that keep judging you, but it's not you. So now we're going to pull this fear entity up into the throat. And so I know it feels counterintuitive to bring it into our core. It's like icky, right? But this is how it came in. We're taking it out how it came in. So as we pull this up into the throat, it goes out to that third layer where it's hard for you to speak up, speak your truth. Okay, great. As we lift this up into the sixth chakra, out to the third layer. So these are the beliefs that they put right there in your head that go around and around, making you feel afraid and like there's a lot of things going on the planet. All the things I talked about last week that got deleted. You know, all the stuff that I talk about. So all those things that are making us afraid. Yeah. Whew. As we pull this fear entity up into the crown, we're going to go out to that third layer where it's hard for you to give yourself permission because they're occupying your ability to give yourself permission. Okay, great. We're lifting that up and out of the crown. Okay, great. We're going to go back to bringing pure source down through the central core, through the heart. There we go. Into the solar plexus, where it's stopping, out to the third layer. So this is a lot of that tired energy that you're feeling, unmotivated, maybe depressed. And there's a lot of anger here as well. So this is where you're using anger as a way to motivate yourself. Like if you just crack the whip hard enough, you can get that thing done. Whew. Okay, great. Let's see if we can bring that energy down through the solar plexus now. From the heart down into the solar plexus. There we go. Down into that second chakra. Good. Spilling down the root. Good. So now we're going to mix these two energies, the earth energy coming up through the legs, pure source coming down the backside. We're going to bring that 50-50 mixture up the front, real close to the spine. So it's stopping right at the bottom of that second chakra. A lot of fear there. There's a fear entity in here. So we're going to release this, and I'm going to keep an eye on your grounding cord. I have a feeling you might lose your grounding cord on this one. So we're going to pull this fear entity up. So it's in the second chakra, out to that second layer, where it's using fear and anger to control you. So we're going to drop the fear and anger down the grounding. Yeah, some of you have already lost your grounding cord. Okay, so let's put the grounding cord back down. And so this is why why you guys need help. Is it's hard to do this stuff on your own, right? Which is why I come here every week helping you. But if you really want to excel and fast track instead of just kind of inching along. I suggest you get your temperature report and consider working with me so that you can get going. There's people waiting for you and all your healing and helping, and great. So grounding cord back down. So let's go back to bringing the sphere entity up through from the second into the solar plexus, where it goes out to that third layer, where they're putting a lot of anger right there at your solar plexus. Okay, let's pull this sphere entity up into the heart, where it goes out to that third layer. More of those judgments making you wrong. As we pull this up into the throat, out to that third layer, and pull all of this energy in at the throat. And this can also this can also affect your ability to it's far beyond just speaking up, but to have a healthy thyroid, which lives right here in your throat chakra. So a lot of you who are struggling with thyroid issues, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm just reading energy, that all the stuff that gets stuck here at the throat can affect your thyroid. So as we're bringing the sphere entity up through the throat and the sixth chakra, where it's stopping, let's go out to that third layer. And then the crown also out to that third layer. So we're going to lift that up and out of the crown. Great. Whew. Huh. Okay, so where were we? We were bringing pure source down the backside. Let's see if that's right. We were coming up the front now. 50-50 mixture up the front through the second. There we go. Through the solar plexus where it's stopping. Let's go out to that third layer. It's a control being. So they operate a little differently, but the effect can be the same. It just makes it really uncomfortable to be in your body. Whew. Yeah, these are the big daddies. Okay, so as we're pulling this control being up into the heart, out to that third layer, and up into the throat, out to that third layer, up into the sixth chakra, out to that third layer, crown, third layer. So this is all about controlling your power, all the ways that we are infinitely powerful. Lifting this up and out of the crown. Okay, great. So now we're going to go back to bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the solar plexus, heart, throat, six crown rings. Let it cascade down through all the layers of your aura. We're going to pay special attention to the third layer. So starting at the top, like this whole layer is just congested. And that makes everything hard. You have no energy. This connects to your solar plexus, which is your power center. So we're just going to release all of that effort so that you don't have to push, chase, and force everything to happen. Okay. Okay, the rest of the aura is clear. Let's clear your circle of reciprocity, those upper four chakras, all your rings. We're going to bring all of that energy out that right arm. Yay, all you great givers. It's flowing. And then as we bring the energy into the left hand where it's blocked. So this is why you're not receiving. It has nothing to do with other people not giving to you. It has to do with you allowing yourself to receive. Okay, so it's come up to about the elbow now. Just keep going gently, pulling this energy up through your shoulder. Whew. Through the front and back of the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Excellent. Okay. So let's remove those cords now. So first, right at the 6th chakra. So you're going to go right to the center of your head, and you're just going to gently pull these people out. Don't cut, never cut, because then you just leave all the roots in there. And that's not clearing energy all the way. And then it's easier for them to climb back in. Okay, so let's pull all that out of that 6th chakra so you can have more clear thinking. Okay, 6. And then in the heart, we're going to do the same thing. Go to the core of the heart. And we're going to pull all these people that are yanking on your guilt strings, trying to make you feel bad and judged and wrong, and to try and manipulate you to do something. Instead of just using their words. That's how cords work. Whew. Okay, good. So as we pull that energy out of the heart, we're going to go down to the root now. And at the root, it's a little different because there's a circle of energy. But you're going to go to the core, and you're just going to expand that circle with everyone in the circle or on the edge of the circle. We're just going to send all of that energy back to them. Okay. Let's remove the 2 of those fear entities. Now, these, because they are so persistent, these can show up sometimes on a daily basis, especially if you're new to this, and especially if you're a powerful person, powerful being, very big healer, they need to keep you down, right? So these can happen on a daily basis. So we are doing this here and now, but unless you know how to clear these on a regular basis, they're going to keep climbing in. But I want you to experience what it feels like to be relieved of all this garbage. So first fear entity, right in the 6th chakra, out to the 15th layer. So if you've read my book, you know that the 15th layer is where the 1% hangs out. So we're going to pull them and all of their beliefs, keeping you in that free-range slavery program. And we're going to pull this entity up into the 6th chakra, where we go out to that 3rd layer, lifting this up and out. Whew. Okay, good. 2nd fear entity, right at the heart, out to that 3rd layer. So they hate heart energy. It's kryptonite to them. So we're going to pull this energy out of the heart so you can start accessing your ability to self-generate love right in the heart and access your infinite intelligence. As we're pulling this up into the throat now, it goes out to that 3rd layer, making it hard for you to speak those truths from the heart. Okay, let's pull this up into the 6th chakra, out to that 3rd layer. And all of those beliefs that keep all of this in place. And then we pull this up into the crown, out to that 3rd layer, giving you more access to your sovereignty. up and out of the crown. Starting to feel calmer yet? Okay, let's see control beings. Also 2. So we're going to go to 6th chakra, all the way up to the 30th layer. So these are the big daddies. And we're going to pull this and all of their beliefs and programs. There's nothing we can do about what's going on in the world, which, as I repeat often, is the case. There's not a lot we can do about what's going on out there. We don't focus on what's out there. We focus on in here. We go inward. This is the only thing we can change or control. But then when we do that, our outer world starts to shift and change. Okay, good. 4, 3. Okay, so we're up at the throat, out to that 3rd layer. A lot of anger and rage. So let's drop all that anger and rage down the grounding. Because, who do you complain to, right? They're not listening anyway. So it's very frustrating. I get it. But this is how you release it. Down the grounding. Excellent. Okay. Now we're bringing this up, this control being, up into the 6th chakra, out to that 3rd layer. So these are the beliefs that keep you thinking that you're powerless. They don't want us to know how powerful we are. We have infinite possibilities and potential available. And they know, since there's just a few of them and there's many of us, that they know their days are numbered, right? That as we are waking up and becoming more conscious and aware, that we're going to conquer this. Okay, good. Let's lift that up and out. Whew. Okay, control being. The second control being is in the root, all the way out to the 30th layer. So this is where those control beings hang out, is in that 30th layer. So here, okay, some of you have lost your grounding cord again. So this is why I have to keep an eye on you guys. All right, so let's put a grounding cord back down, because what happens when you start to release fear is a fear starts doing its thing, which is to contract you, and it'll often pull up that grounding cord. So let's put it back down. There you go. Breathing and releasing. Good job. So let's go back now to bringing this control being up into that 2nd chakra, out to that 3rd layer. So this is a lot of fear. One is a fear of not doing enough. Like, you just think that you're not working hard enough, but it's just a hamster wheel they have you on, because it's all connected to trying to prove your worth and value and all of that. You're already valuable. You're already enough. So you're trying to prove something that's already true. Let's pull this up into the solar plexus, this control being, out to the 3rd layer, more of that tired energy and the inability to get stuff done. That makes this, they make it hard if they're controlling your solar plexus. So let's pull this up into the heart, all the way up to the 30th layer. Yeah, they want to really hold down as much heart energy as possible. And so when we're able to access more of our heart, we also have more compassion for all the people that are struggling out there. And, I'll admit to even going through my own phase of, just being so angry at things and, um, yeah, angry and frustrated and judging people that decide to do the job or those who like this thing even while they're driving. So, but now I realize that, free will planet, right? This is a free will planet. Everybody is playing a part. And so it is. So I'm playing my part here. Okay, great. So we're pulling this control being up into the throat, where it goes out to that third layer, into the crown, third layer. That was the sixth chakra, sorry. Crown, all the way out to the 30th layer. So they're really trying to occupy your sovereignty. Like they're trying to own you. That's basically what slave owners do, is they own their slaves. they are the boss of their slaves. Whew. Okay, let's pull this up and out, sending it off planet. So now you have no cords, fear entities, 0, control beings, 0. Let's measure fear and anger now, see where you guys are at. So fear. So you guys are feeling a lot calmer, I would assume. It would be helpful to post your comments in the chat to let other people know how you're feeling. We still have 15% left to release. So let's see where that is. We want it to be 0. Right in the root, out to that third layer. So this is that fear of stepping into your own power. Like, well, what if you are really more powerful than you realize? So let's drop that fear down the grounding, because you are. Okay, there we go. So now fear is at 0. Let's see where anger is. Also at 15%. So going to go up here to the 6th chakra, second layer, pull that in, because there's a belief that you need fear to feel powerful. So it's a big energy, but it's not your power. Your power comes from your solar plexus. This anger thing that moves things in a big way is exhausting. And so that's not your real power. Whew. Okay, 7, 6. Also in the heart, out to that third layer where you're still beating yourself up, making yourself wrong. Drop all that anger that gets turned inward. Just drop it down the grounding. Okay. Okay, good. Anger, now at 0. So I'd love to read your comments about how you're feeling now. I would assume you are feeling much calmer now. Jackie, he's gone. Maybe it's a he, but at any rate, they're gone. Okay. Clear communication problems. I go further unspoken. So thanks, because I literally don't say what I mean. It's so hard. It's like I want to say something but can't. Yes, that's what happens when our throat chakra and all that energy is bunched up here. We bite our tongue, and then even when we try to say something, it's just not going to come out. Natalie, Kimberly, I trust you had a good week. I'm starting to get really dark pigmentation on the inner corners of my eye and think it could be from bad blood circulation. I don't know. My iron is low. I don't know about that, Natalie. From here, it looks like your iron is sufficient, but check with your doctor for sure. They can measure that. Mm. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Actually, I've never even heard of that, so I really I don't have a clue. Sorry. Uh, let's see. Yes, it all is always well, even if it doesn't look like sometimes. Yes, it's always good. So Sarah is saying she feels relaxed and calm, and Cindy calmer, Michelle calm, lighter and clearer. Catherine, great. Thank you everyone for sharing because this is real stuff we're doing here, and I want to give you all a taste of what's possible for you on a regular basis. Feeling much more calm, still burning pain in the right thigh. Um, yes, so the leg energy is there's a block coming up through that, Kimberly. That a block in that leg. So let's just bring that energy all the way up through the leg, so that you can stop resisting your next step. So let me know if that's accurate. Okay, so usually pain in the body is resistance. You're resisting something. Okay, there we go. So see if that feels better. Um, Onako is feeling calm, but still somehow the same. It's all too much of this slavery from them. Yeah, so you might want to get a full reading and clearing so that we could really get to the bottom of this. This is like a general overall thing that I'm doing for a whole group. So something more specific for you might need a specific clearing. Champa's getting a headache. Let's see what's going on here. So you have a cord in your crown, and it goes right down to your sixth chakra. It's a fear entity. So go out to that third layer, pull that in. Whew. Pull it up into the crown, out to that third layer, and then pull that up and out of the crown. Whew. Okay, good. See if that doesn't help. Yes, because it's out now. Okay, so see if that doesn't help. Jackie fell asleep. So great. I'm glad you're bringing this up, Jackie, because this falling asleep when you're doing the meditations that I do, or even if you do a meditation, it's not really falling asleep in the regular way you would think about falling asleep. What's really happening is you're releasing unconscious energy, the energy between you and your pain, between you and things that are hiding. And so as you release more and more of this unconscious energy, you become more conscious, you become more aware, you're able to tell more things. And when you're in your body all the way, then you'll be able to tell that much more. So falling asleep is not a bad thing. You kind of just go with it, because knowing that you're releasing the unconsciousness, and it feels like sleeping. Very calm. Thank you, Lynn. You're welcome. Yes, Kimberly is acknowledging that she's been resisting moving forward, and the legs are feeling better. Thank you. You're welcome. And okay, I'll do. Okay, eventually, Kim, but I might be just a little off. Yeah, well, yes, well, great. You'll do it when you're ready. Everybody everybody is on their path, and so some of you are you already know you've gone as far as you can go on your own. You just are bumping up against those things, and you need help. And so that's why I'm here. And so it all starts with that personal vibrational altitude report, which not only measures 40 different things, including your money vibration and the guides and entities and spells and curses. That was another thing we cleared the other day. At any rate, that's where you start. And in that report, I tell you all the places that are blocked. If you're a healer, use it to heal yourself and find those blind spots. And then in the 30-minute conversation that comes with it, with this report, then we can determine how much you were able to clear on your own, what's still left, and if you need help. So that's kind of how it works. And let's see. Someone else fell asleep too. Good. Great, Len. So you guys are releasing unconscious energy. That's awesome. That's another reason why you're not in your body, is all of the unconsciousness. So that's great. This is a great way to go off and enjoy the weekend and contemplate, all the things you're feeling in your body now. This is a human experience, right? We're meant to feel things. And instead of feeling so much of the lower, darker energies, you can also feel way more joy when you're in your body, way more pleasure, way more bliss, and all of those wonderful things. So I hope you will go off and enjoy your weekend. I will be back on Tuesday to answer your questions, your specific questions about your specific issues. So I suggest you get on early and post your question. I answer them in the order they're posted. And I know, I don't get to all your questions, so we only have so much time. So thank you all for joining me here. Otherwise, this would be useless. So thank you for receiving me, and I will, you're all so welcome. So much gratitude for all of you. All right. So have a blessed weekend, and I will see you next week. Sending much love. Namaste.